Hi, good morning. It's Joan with Sinatra's Flowers. Going to show you today how to put together a halo for a bridal shower or a baby shower. Starting with the flowers you'll need. This can be any selection you've chosen, but you're going to need at least 2 to 3 colors of tiny flowers. Things like delphinium, Viking mums, spray roses. For greenery, I like to use bupleurum because it's not really a greenery. And lots of baby's breath. We're going to cut our flowers down into little 1-inch pieces. Here's our delphinium. See, it's about 1 inch long. Baby's breath, some roses, and of course the Vikings. I lay them out along my ruler to make sure I've got enough flowers lined up. That way I know I'm not going to run out halfway through the project and have to start over. I also cut my flowers from the bottom up. You'll notice the bottoms of the stems are pretty well cleaned. This is less wasteful than cutting from the top down. For tools, we'll need a good floral knife, a pair of needle nose pliers, a pair of diagonal cutters, floral tape, preferably in green, some heavy gauge wire like a 20 gauge wire, and of course the ruler, and lots of patience. Okay, I'm going to try and turn this so that you can see what I'm doing. Hi, I'm Joan. So what we'll be doing today is we're going to start with our floral tape. Take your wire, make sure that it is long enough. This girl's got a tiny little head. She's only got about a 16-inch head. It's for a little girl. So I've got 17 to 18 inches of wire. Remember, whatever the length is that you have extra, let's say if I only need 17 inches, because she's got a 16-inch head, we're going to cut off that extra inch. If we don't do it now, we're going to forget about it and make it too big. So we've cut that off. Take your floral tape, pinch it real hard at the end of your wire so that it sticks. The more you manipulate this stuff, the stickier it gets. And start by twisting that wire and stretching the tape so that it covers the wire from top to bottom. Just keep twisting the wire and twirling the tape, okay? It rips real easy when you're done. Now that you've got your wire covered, we're going to start by adding the flowers. I always start with baby's breath because it hides a lot. So we're going to start with a piece or two of baby's breath, about 1/2 inch from the top, because remember, we've got that extra 1 inch. We need to make little hooks at each end when we're done. So about 1 inch down, let's start by taping some baby's breath. Same thing, pinch it good. It sticks to the tape that's underneath, and then twist and pull. Then we're going to work our way down. We're going to take our delphinium next. We're going to take the tail of the delphinium, pinch it to the stem, lay it where we want it, pinch our tape, and twist. Now I like to put a tiny bit of baby's breath in between every flower. It really seems to fill in any gaps that we've got. So there's a lot of taping in here. By the time you're done, you will be an expert. Let's add a little Viking mum. Now if you get adventurous, what you can do is, instead of doing each flower individually, you can actually start to do combinations. You could add a little bit of baby's breath with a rose, or a little bit of baby's breath with Viking mum, or whatever. But always put that tiny little bit of baby's breath as you're going, and you're just going to continue this process. See what I'm doing? I'm making sure that that sticks real good. Pinch it. Fold it over a little and pinch it to that stem. I could almost let go of that now and it'll hold. Okay? Pinch it and twist it. Now we're going to continue this till we've completely covered the wire. Okay? That's what we've got here. The flowers are completely covering the wire. Okay? I've got this end is a little bit hidden because that's where I've got that baby's breath at first, and then I've got about 1/2 inch at this end. Now when I've gotten to this point, all my flowers are in place. I've made sure that my measurement is correct, and look at that, it's exactly 17 inches. We need a 16-inch halo. We're going to bend 1/2 inch back at one end, and using these needle nose pliers, we're going to bend 1/2 inch back at this end. And then just like in making jewelry, you're going to hook the two together. You can tell when you get it put together that this is obviously for a child. Okay, once you've got them hooked, you're going to use your needle nose pliers to pinch those joints closed. Now the baby's breath that I had at the beginning completely will hide that joint that we've just made. See that? You can hardly tell it's there. And that's it. That is a perfect little halo for a little girl. Now, these are sturdy. I'm going to pretend here, but let's just pretend you're a little girl. You know, you've got this thing on your head. You're going to have to use bobby pins or something to attach it to the head. Although, again, with this waxy stuff on it, it really doesn't go anywhere. So it's really not that big of a deal to do that. But little girls are going to be taking this on and off, playing with it, possibly using it like a frisbee. You want to make sure that it is wired together. There are products that you can use that you could just glue your flowers in place. I don't really recommend them for something if it's for a child. Number one, if they do pop it in their mouth, they're also going to get glue in their mouth. It's bad enough that they're going to have flowers, but it's just a safety issue for me. Now, I've also done some where I'll tie a little bow here and then have streamers hanging down their back. This particular order did not want that, so I'm not doing it. But basically, that's it. There's your little flower halo. It's probably less expensive to ask your florist to make this for you because they've already got these flowers and they'll just do, it's basically like a labor charge. It's hardly any flowers involved. It's a labor fee. If you buy the flowers and do this all yourself, your cost out of pocket is probably going to be about $15. Most of the time, the florist would only charge you about $25 to $30 for a piece like this. Real cute. Again, something you could even use this as a dog collar. If you've got a dog in your wedding party, it would be really sweet to do that. Obviously, if you're doing something for an adult, you would need a longer wire. The longer the wire, the lower the gauge you want to use. Make sure that you go to, say, an 18 gauge wire, and you would have to buy a spool of wire because these wires that you get at your florist shop only come in standard 18-inch lengths. So it would not be something that you could just easily join them, although what we will do sometimes is take the two wires and literally just twist two together, and then as we're taping, voila, we've got an extension. It will not pull apart. You know, it's actually pretty strong to do that. But again, leave it up to the professionals. Florists are really smart, educated people, and we've gone to school for this. It's something that we love to do, and we hope you'll give us a call. Have a great day. Thanks for the lesson.